Hey everyone, it's Paul Abernathy here with Master the NEC, where we talk about the National Electrical Code and all things electrically related. On today's episode, we're going to do a product review. We're going to look at ladders. Now, I've used the Little Giants, I've used the Werners, I've used a whole bunch of different types of step ladders through my career. But what I was looking for is a ladder that is a multifunction ladder, just like those others I mentioned. But I was looking for a ladder that can get me pretty high so that I could go around and have one ladder that could serve the purpose. I needed an extension ladder, it can convert to an extension ladder. I needed a high A-frame ladder. I need one that can get me up there pretty good, possibly 14, 15, 16, maybe even 17 feet. Well, when doing that, what was I looking for? Well, I think I found it. So in this review, we're going to look at Gorilla Ladder. This is a ladder that's available at Home Depot. I think you're going to be excited. We're going to look at this 26-foot version and all the functions of it, and I'll give you my thoughts as we go through it. Okay, before we put this ladder through its paces, let's talk a little bit about it. First thing we notice on this ladder is it's uniquely different than some of the other A-frame type of multi-position ladders. The fact that this one right here is rated type 1AA. Now that is special duty. Whereas the normal ones are like heavy duty, they go up to 300 pounds. But this one goes up to 375. So you're paying a little more for that, but you're getting a much more sturdier ladder in that format. Okay, so if you got a few pounds extra like me, this ladder is going to help you out. The other thing about this ladder is, while it is very similar to all the others, it has some of the features that we'll talk about here real quickly that kind of make it stand out from every other multi-function type of ladder. Now, the other thing you'll notice is that it goes pretty high on this one. Now, this is the model for this one, I believe, is, yes, it's the MPX 26. So this is the 26-footer when it's opened up horizontally like an extension ladder. In the A-frame format, it goes to about 12 feet high to the very top. But when you're on the top of it and you don't want to exceed past the second rung here, and it actually gives you a notice here, then you can get about, depending on your height, you can get about to 17 feet as your total reach. That's great for those foyers, things like that. So it's a very universal ladder. Weighs approximately about 60 pounds, give or take a pound. It does have an availability to get an extension wheels on it so you can actually wheel it around. I don't find it necessary. The ladder, I pick it up pretty decent. It's not too awful bad. You can carry it around the job site, everything pretty decent. The rungs are like any other multifunction ladder. Got to have a good pair of shoes on it. You don't want to be in your bedroom shoes trying to go up this ladder because they're not real wide, but they are extremely sturdy. Okay, so the other unique function about this, it works just the same as all those other multi-type ladders, whereas you have the plungers at the top. And once you slam in these plungers, you'll be able to actually open up the ladder. Okay, so we open it up, and you'll hear it lock in. And there it's locked in. So when it locks in, the plungers will pop out, and you know that it's stable, it won't go anywhere. You can also visually see that on the inside of both of the ladders and the rails. The other thing that's unique about this is a lot of the other ladders that utilize this feature where they telescope out of it, they have a little spring activated end here that you pull it out, and so as you're moving the inner ladder up, you actually will spring tension, it will click back in, but you have to adjust it. Here it's pretty unique. They have what's called a twist lock. So here, if you twist these open, you'll see a little unlock symbol in here right beside the rail, and that'll tell you that it's open. That way you have that visual, whereas the other ones usually it's just a spring and you really don't know that it's unlocked. Here you can see that it's unlocked. So we do that on both sides. And that allows you to actually extend the inside up in this ladder. Now if we do this side first, you'll see that we'll just move it this way. And one of the things you can do, let's say we wanted to stop it right here, is we can go on and turn these down. And it's positive locking, means that when I get down to where I need to be, and I'll show you where it happens, it locks in. So that locks all the way in. Okay? Now, when I want to do the other side, I can now lift from this side, lift this one up. Now if I want to lock it here, I just turn these to the locked position, and then watch what happens when I get to where I need to be. Get down here, grab it, come up, it'll lock in. So now it's positively locked. You don't see the unlock symbol anymore. That way you know it's locked. Okay, so you can do a lot of things with this ladder. So let's say I wanted to do this, and I wanted to work at an angle on some steps. So this side needs to be on the steps, and this is a little lower. Not a problem. I want to put it on this one. So I can turn it in here, turn it in there. There you go. locks down here. This one's straight up and down, and this one's at an angle. Okay, so that's what's unique about this ladder. Now, that's pretty common with all of the ladders that are like this. But what's unique about this one is the locking feature and the ability. Now, you don't have to put it on and let it slam in if you don't want to. I can just open it up, okay, and I can do it and get it down to where I want to be. And I can manually do it. Get it down to here. I can line it up with the rung, turn this one, turn that one. And when it goes in, you know that it's positively locked and it's not going anywhere. Okay. Now, what if I want to take this ladder to a full extension, so it's like an extension ladder? Well, we talked about it. This one will go 26 feet high. Okay. So you just slam in your plungers here so that they lock in. I like to slam them. And then you take it and you just simply extend it out. And you just would keep on going out until it got horizontal, and then it will lock in. Okay, so we're going to go through some of the paces outside, show you what this ladder can do. But really what we wanted to show you is the ability for these different functions. Okay, now if I go all the way horizontal and I slam in the pegs again that are at the top, and now I want to bring it back to the A-frame, then I simply move it in, and when it gets to that position, I'll show you what it does. It'll actually lock in. So it gets back to that position, it automatically locks. So again, one of the beauties about this is extremely wide base, so you don't have to worry about it flopping around. It holds me pretty good. I don't have a problem getting up on this ladder. Again, it gets you about 12 feet to the top of the ladder, but it gets you with a reach anywhere between 15 feet to 17 feet, depending on how tall you are. You never want to go past the second rung. Okay, don't try to stand on the top of a ladder. But it's very stable. Again, it weighs about 60 pounds, so it's not a lightweight ladder. Okay, but that's pretty comparable to the other ladders in this style. What I find unique about it, again, is the locking features, how this works. What I also like about it is the fact that it gives me that incredible reach. Now, there's a lot of ladders out there, but this one has this feature. The plungers seem to be very solid. Some of them have the little round balls and they're real kind of sluggish. I find that these are pretty solid. When I bang them in, they hold in, so that means it has good tension on them. I don't have a problem with that at all. Again, they do make an optional wheel kit for this if you want to wheel it around, if it's a little bit heavy for you. But you know, when I talk about a ladder, I'm looking for a ladder that's going to be used heavily in the field. Electricians are going to need to use it. It's going to get banged around. And I have no worries that this ladder is going to last. Again, with a 375-pound load capacity, and it puts it in what's called the special duty class, not the heavy duty class, the special duty class. And again, to be able to hold 375 pounds, that means it's going to hold this with no problem. So what we need to do is take this thing outside, and I'll put it through some of the paces so you can kind of see how far it goes out, how high it goes up, and maybe we'll do all the little paces on it. So let's go on and take this thing outside and see what it can do. Okay, so we're going to kind of get a look at how far the extension goes out on it. And I'm not all the way out on this ladder because I don't need it to go that far out. I only have the top portion all the way out. I don't even have the bottom portion out yet on this ladder. Now, to get to my roof here, you're looking at probably, I don't know, that's probably 20 feet, 22 feet. And this ladder has another 6 or 7 feet that it can actually extend out like an extension ladder. So right now I don't even have the bottom part extended out. All I have is at the A-frame, I have the one side all the way and then I have the other side all the way out. So as you can see here, that it's stable. It allows me to get here, to get up. Everything is locked good. You know, if I had to get onto this roof, it's not a problem. Get further up here. You know, if I had to get all the way up here to the end, I get to my gutters, no problem. Windows, no problem. And again, I've got about another 6 or 7 feet that could come out of this ladder. So I could easily get up to the edge to get on this roof with this ladder. Okay? So again, as with always, be careful going up and down. Ladder is very solid. Don't have any real problems with it. If I wanted to go further, I could just extend this portion right here up and it would go even further. Probably about my height more up that ladder. So again, they just simply turn these and extend it out. Now, what I recommend if you're going for the full length, it might be a two-man job. This is a pretty heavy ladder, and it's kind of awkward when it's all the way out. But you're going to have that same issue with an extension ladder. Even though the extension ladders allow you to pull it from the inside and it'll extend up, okay? This one's a little different. Doesn't going to work like that. But if you're only going to carry one ladder around, I mean, this would be the way to go, definitely. So that's how I get it here. Now, if you want to get it down, the easiest way that I find to do this is to walk it down, okay? So let me show you what I mean. Take this up here, and now what I'm going to do, because it's heavy, I keep my foot on the bottom, and I slowly walk down the runs, just like that, okay? Now, when I get to about right here, then I can turn these and open these up, okay? And then I can slowly, keeping your fingers, because you don't want to pinch your fingers, bring this all the way down. And before I get to the middle of the last rung, I turn these, and I put them in their little spring active mode, and then I lock it right in, right? So then I'll walk it back up, okay? And then I'll turn it here, because I want to take it back down into the A-frame format, okay? And so I've got here, everything's out. This is all the way up at the very top. So is this one. So now what I do is I'm going to walk this one down a little bit. Then I'm going to take these, put it in, put it as well. Then I hold on to one of them as I slowly pull it down. And it'll lock back in when it gets all the way to the bottom. So once I'm in that A-frame format, then I can go to the next aspect of it. So now, what if I want to put this thing up? Let's say I want to get up to that 15-foot high that we talked about. Okay, well, I'm already locked in this way. So what I want to do is I'll unlock this side first. So I see how I unlock that, okay? I'll unlock this side. Show you what I do. Now, first thing I do is I go down here about 3 rungs, and then I lock it, okay? And this one's still unlocked. So then I come back up this way, all the way, and before I get to the last one, remember I just turn these and open them so that it will actually lock on its own. And so then I pull this one down, and that's locked. And that is all the way down, the last one that it can go to. Now this one, I open it back up, and now I can go down here to the bottom and start pushing this up and just kind of push these rungs up as they go. Keep your fingers now. You don't want to catch your fingers in any of this. One way to do it also is you could come around here from the inside and push it up from the inside. Now, remember, we're going to go to the very last one, which is right here. So see how they're open? Now I can take this and turn it like that. And then once I get to this last one, it'll lock in. So I've locked both of these in, okay? So make sure you get it somewhere that's pretty solid. Here it's not very flat on the ground, so we're gonna find us some flat ground here before I redo this. There we go. So we've got that. Now, so you can kind of see this is great for foyers, great for high ceilings. It's one ladder. It's a little beastie. You got to beast it around a little bit. But as you can see here, it's pretty high. And I'm still not on the one. I can go up to, you're not to exceed this rung. So I can even go up here, or I can even go up even higher. But that's about as high as I'd want to go. I like having something I can lean against here. So you've got the height that you're dealing with this ladder, but I can easily reach 16, 17 foot ceilings here. Okay. Now don't get me wrong. This is not a light ladder. It's heavy. And you're going to have to beast it around a good bit, okay? But the beauty of it is this is really simple to operate. I don't have any fear of the ladder collapsing on me because of these, or whether I put the spring-activated handles in or anything, or the pedals up at the top are locked. I really don't have that fear. The bottom is really wide. I would say the bottom is probably 2.5 feet wide. So it gives a really good base to it to be able to get to it. So when I'm ready to put this down, I kind of repeat what I did earlier. I take it, open these up, making sure you hold the ladder from the inside because you don't want it to fall down, it'll pinch you. But the other good thing about this is because it's up like this, there's tension on it. So it'll go. So what I recommend is you come in here from the inside because you don't want to pinch your fingers. Hold it from the inside, let it slowly come down. Let it come down. Make sure you don't pinch your fingers anywhere. Get down, get this thing, turn these so they can naturally click in. They'll click in. Then you do the same thing over here. You're holding it here, you're not letting it go anywhere. Hold it over here. And then you can just simply push down from this side and it will slowly, and then you just lift up a little bit. And let's say I want to keep on going further on this one. I want to go all the way to these up here. So I let it get past this last rung. Then I turn these. Okay. Actually, you know what? That even keeps you from doing it because it's not going to let me go because of this. So I'm going to take this and open these. Now watch what happens here. Now both of these are sprung open. Okay, both sides are sprung open now. So then I bring this up and I want to go into this last one. So once I get past that, I just close these. It locks. These are still waiting to go to the last one. I can take this, turn those, and that's it. Plug the ends and make sure they're both in. And that's it. And that's really all that's necessary for this type of ladder. So, recap. Is it a beast? Yeah, it's a beast. Do I ever use it in extended format? No, but I got it in case I need to do it. Do I use it in the A-frame? Absolutely. Being able to get 17 feet from the second to the top rung, that's a great thing. I will get on that second to the top rung if it's in the A-frame. Okay, if I've got a ceiling right there that's not too bad and I can straddle it, maybe not so bad. The key is the ability to get 15, 16, 17 feet high. That's the beauty of this ladder. So again, this is the Gorilla ladder. It's available at Home Depot. It's about $289 to $300. It's a 375-pound load capacity. That's an important thing. So you really should pick one up. It's a Type 1 AA rated specialty duty ladder. Thanks for watching.